Welcome to training on how the EAL example report converter works. This tool converts data from the EAL CSV report to an alternative format by matching key parameters. Let's start by exploring the file structure. This file contains 4 tabs: an instructions tab, a converted format tab, the do not delete reference sheet, and the CSV from LIMS tab. The CSV from LIMS tab holds the base data imported from the CSV report sent by EAL. In this example, you can see that a report has already been populated into the tab. The structure of the CSV is simple. The first column lists the parameters. The second column displays the units. And the third column contains the method reference. Now, let's look at how the data matching works. The data matching formulas are used to pull the CSV from LIMS tab raw data into the converted format, in this case the format on the AS4454 tab. The do not delete reference sheet pulls data directly from the CSV from LIMS tab. In this sheet, the first 3 columns from the CSV are merged to create a unique identifier for each row. If you look at the formula in column A, you'll see that it combines data from column A, column B, and column C of the CSV from LIMS tab into a single string. The sample data begins in column B of this reference sheet. The sample data uses a different formula. It is pulling directly from the corresponding cell on the CSV from LIMS tab. Now let's navigate to the alternative format tab, in this example, the AS4454 tab. First, let's locate the unique identifier for each row. You'll see in column FD that each row has a unique identifier. These identifiers are hard-coded and correspond to specific rows in the template. Keep in mind that the location of the unique identifier may vary depending on the version of the tool. Next, let's explore how data matching works. To bring data into this tab, we use an index match formula. The formula starts by referencing the unique identifier in column FD. It then matches to the same identifier in column A of the do not delete reference sheet. Once a match is found, the formula retrieves data from column B for the first sample. The same approach is used to pull data from column C for the second sample, and so on. The example tool is also built to handle missing data and errors so that they do not appear on the converted format sheet. If the reference sheet is blank or has an error, the if-error function ensures that a blank value is returned instead of an error message. The converter tool supports data for up to 150 samples. Multiple samples need to be copied from the same EAL report. They should be pasted into CSV from LIMS tab. If fewer than 150 samples are needed, you can hide extra columns and only display the required data. To do this, select the column, right-click on your mouse, then select Hide. If the unique identifier changes, or you need to add more rows of data from your EAL CSV report, you'll need to update the CSV mapping reference column to include the new identifiers. This might also be necessary if your data is provided in a different format, such as using a different unit of measure. Here's a step-by-step guide for adding new data. Set up the Final Data tab. In this example, we are using the AS4454 tab. Insert a new row for your data. Update the details in column A and column B as needed. Apply the data formulas. Select the data formulas from the row above. Copy the formulas from the row above using Ctrl+C. Return to column C on your new row. Paste the formulas into your new row using Ctrl+V. These formulas are designed to update automatically when copied between rows. The last step is to add the unique identifier. To create the unique identifier, start by entering your CSV results into the CSV from LIMS column. Navigate to the Do Not Delete reference sheet. On this sheet, column A generates unique identifiers for each data set in the CSV from LIMS tab. Find the data set you want to add. Copy the unique identifier from column A. Return to the Final Data tab. Paste the unique identifier into the CSV mapping reference, which is column FD in this case. Make sure that you paste the unique identifier as values so that it is hard-coded. You can do this by using the right-click button on your mouse. And that's it, you've successfully added a new row and set of data to the report. This concludes the training on how the report converter example works. Feel welcome to use tips provided in this video to enhance your own version of the report converter. Please make sure that you complete checks to confirm that the converter transposes your data correctly before use.